Coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And it pushes way forward to about the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run with ETN. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yard is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lawrence will throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On play action, Lawrence. They'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On the counter, ETN. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Jags are going to have a 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down and 6 now. Lawrence. Allen here on the the screen. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18, and a 1st down.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Back to the ground with ETN. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. First run now for Kyron Williams. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Stafford. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, LA. Tutu Atwell. 55 yards. And the Rams are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action with Lawrence. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Sean McVay unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. ETN up the middle, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll get that underneath ETN. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brian Thomas, 39 yards. And the Jaguars are once again back in front. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw out play action. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nakua, 49 yards. And the Rams have moved out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Slot man moves right. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Here's a give to Etienne. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
A beautiful span and room to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And they'll run with Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Lawrence on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's overthrown a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Jaguars have yet again retaken the lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14.
Rams 14.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Back to throw, Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Here's Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. But it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's Stafford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford as they have taken the lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Lawrence. That's complete to the rookie from Colorado. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 26
that one good
yards.
for 26 and a first down.
Jaguars.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington.
Complete to Parker Washington. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he gets it down to the 32. 84 yards now for ETN, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's Lawrence. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. A handoff for ETN. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys have now moved out in front. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Stafford. The short throw, it's Higbee. 2 yards on the pickup there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Stafford now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try the left side with ETN. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
At the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Lawrence will throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now third and goal.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle.
Will we see a flag? No. They'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's fourth down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash and a bit of a tight angle. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Got to say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. A nice little juke. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
68 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
On this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So on fourth down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 24 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now. Back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, That required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Yeah, able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
In motion left comes Brown. Lawrence. Over the middle here to Brown. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Thomas will come in motion right. He's got Thomas yet again complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And they'll run here with ETN. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This is 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with ETN. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
In motion left is Thomas. A fake on the jet sweep. Now Lawrence on play action. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Out of the end zone.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Here's Lawrence to throw. Screenplay, here's ETN. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And his kick is indeed good, and they have regained the lead. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take breaks when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Well, they'll send Adams in motion left. Just beating the play clock. Stafford looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, LA. Devontae Adams, 70 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
14 yards.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, right back to ETN. He's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Thomas brings it in. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball. One that they want to...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jags have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line. The Rams ready to go on offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Up the middle, it's Williams. Looking here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Eric Armstead able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now it's Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one too wide and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 26.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's caught by Munn. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
Nice
2.
rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd and a couple. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Lawrence. And he is caught. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
They'll run. It's ETN.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Complete to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards for number 11.
That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
ETN with it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
2nd and 7. In motion right here, Hunter. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Open man, it's Hunter. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Lawrence. Got him in. It's Brown. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. De'Ami Brown, 42 yards. And the Jaguars have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense, well, not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now out on the
field. Here comes Los Angeles.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 24.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. Here's Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That's good.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a man has been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Stafford now to throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He's got room to roam. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Davante Adams, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
Extra point.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Johnny Mundt
From 19 yards away.
And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Next the score, Jaguars 48, Rams 41. Cam Little
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 7. A minute 52 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
And bulldozing his way through. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
Now it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
A big play looming on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now 1st and goal. He's back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
For a Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Lawrence. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Pass complete, Thomas. And he's going to have a 1st down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. That is caught by Hunter.
this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
A gain of 28 more yards. That's another Jaguars first down.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. He did have one blocked earlier. This time it's for the win. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And the Jaguars have won the game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.